I'm Mo of Ezeebeady. I'm really sorry I've been absent for a while, but summer sort of took me away from beading for a while. I've started cycling now, so I got into that and I'm enjoying that at the moment, and I just haven't had the urge to bead, but I'm back now, and this is what I'm going to show you how to make today. I've called it Holly in the Snow. It's Christmas themed, but that's mainly because of the colours. You don't obviously have to use these colours, so you can make it in whatever colour you want. If it's spring by the time you first see this video, make spring colours. Just make it how you want. It's an advanced tutorial because it's just a bit fiddly and it is a bit time consuming, but worth it in the end, I think. So I'll just get my bits together and I'll let you know what you need. Right, for this bracelet I'm using 4mm bicones. These are Siam by Swarovski. 11/0 seed beads. These are Miyuki matte opaque white. 4mm bicones in emerald green. 11/0 seed beads duracoat gold by Miyuki. 4mm rounds. These are made by Swarovski. I'm not exactly sure what colour they are, so we'll just call them white. 15/0 duracoat gold seed beads by Miyuki. 3mm bicones emerald green by Swarovski. I have a lobster claw clasp, pair of scissors, a pair of pliers, not necessary but handy, a beading needle, a rather bent beading needle. It doesn't really matter what size, but the smaller one is the best. And I've got 3 arm spans of thread, and the thread I'm using is Fireline crystal, 0.008 diameter, which is £6. I have conditioned my thread. I've just run it through wax a couple of times. It just helps with tangling. Right, so to begin with, I'm going to get 4 of my rounds, 4 of the emerald bicones, I'm going to call them green, and some 11/0 gold. Pick up 4mm round, 11/0 gold, green bicone 4mm, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, green 4mm bicone, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, 4mm green bicone, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, 4mm bicone, and an 11/0 gold. And that's what we've got so far. Take these down to the end of your thread. We need to make a loop. I'm doing it the lazy way. I'm going to tie a knot. I'm putting 3 knots. Try and keep it tight. And because I find this thread slippery, I'm getting my pliers and just giving that knot a good pull. So now I'm going to go into my 4mm round through an 11/0 and come out with a bicone. I'm just going to pull my knot into my beads. So if you just hold your work, give it a pull, it'll go in there. So now I'm just going to go right round this again to strengthen up my work. If you don't cut your tail off just yet, it gives you a guideline as to where you are. And where then you know when you've been right round, but I'm sure you'll be able to feel the knot in your work. It's in that bicone there. So now I've gone past my knot, so I'm going to come out of the 4mm round, and I'm going to add my clasp now. So I'm picking up 2 11/0 gold, pick up your clasp, and 2 11/0 gold. At this point in time, it doesn't matter which way around you pick up your clasp, because there's no right way and wrong way just yet. So I'm coming out of the 4mm here, and I'm going to go straight round and go back through that 4mm round, and I'm going to go through these again. So it's back up the 11s, through my clasp, and back down the other 2 11/0. And now I'm going to go into the 11/0 that is before the bicone, and I'm going to go right round these again. So I'm going to come out of the other side, I'm going to come out of that 11/0 there. And you can cut your tail off now. So we're done with that. So I'll get that out of the way. Make sure you cut your tail and not your working thread. So just go right round. You're joking. So I've tidied up my mess, and I'm going right round. Through the bicone, and I'm coming out of the 11 right before where I've put my clasp. And now I'm going to go up the 2 11s through the clasp and back down the other side, going through the 2 11s, and now I need to go into that 11 that is right before the bicone. So I haven't cut my tail quite short enough, but it'll be right for now. And give that a pull to tighten it all up. So I'm just coming out of the bicone now, and I'm going to pick up 2 15/0 gold, 1 11/0 gold. Now we need 4 of your red 4mm bicones. Pick up 1 of your 4mm red bicones and 4 of your white 11/0 seed beads. Take these down to the end, and I'm going to go back through these 4 11/0 seed beads there, making a tiny loop. So now I need to complete the circle, so I need to go through the next 11/0 white. At this point we need to decide which side is the top and which is the bottom, because my clasp is that way and makes this side the top. So just pop that across the top. It's not going to stay there just yet, but we need to make sure we're going in the right way. So pick up 4mm bicone in the red, an 11/0 gold, and 2 15/0 gold. Like I say, make sure you know which is the top, and we're going to go into the next bicone. Pick up 2 15/0 gold, and we're going to go into the 11/0 that we just picked up, that is right before the red bicone, through the bicone and through the next 11/0 in the centre. Give that a gentle pull, and that's what we have so far. Right, so we need to pick up a red 4mm bicone, an 11/0 seed bead, and two 15/0 seed beads in gold. And we're going to go through the next bicone on the circle, the green one. Pick up two 15/0 gold seed beads, and you're going to go through the 11, going up it and through the red bicone in the middle and the next 11/0 white. Pick up a 4mm red bicone, an 11/0 seed bead, and two 15/0 seed beads in gold, and through the next green bicone on the outer circle. This one will be a bit tight because of the clasp connection. Pick up two 15/0 gold seed beads and up the 11 and through the bicone, the red one, and into the next 11/0 white. And now we're going to go down the very first red bicone that we added and through the 11 that's right after it, because we need to finish off the very first one that we started on this round. So pick up two 15/0 golds and into the green bicone on the outer circle and give that a pull. Now you notice it's still a bit floppy at the moment, but don't worry about it. Go up the two 15s that we added first and the 11 and it through the 4mm red bicone and into the next white 11/0 in the centre. I'm going to pick up one 15/0 gold seed bead and go into the next 11/0, pick up one 15/0 gold and into the next 11/0 white one, and pick up a 15/0 gold seed bead into the next white 11 and a 15/0 gold seed bead and into the next white 11. Don't worry if you come out of the 15 that you first picked up, because I'm going to go around these to strengthen it. So we're just going to go around all these 8 beads, one at a time if necessary. So right round. Just being careful not to pick up any thread underneath your beads, just make sure we're sticking on the tops. And once you're happy with that, you need to be coming out of an 11, doesn't matter which one, but you need to come out of the 11 and not the 15. So I'm just coming out of an 11 there. and then I need to go down the red bicone that's against and through the 11 that's directly after it. And now I'm going to go down the 2 15s through the green bicone, up the next 2 15s and into the 11, but not the bicones. We need to come out of the 11, and that's what we have so far. So now we're going to use our 3mm green bicones. So we're picking up an 11/0 gold, 3mm bicone and an 11/0 gold. We're coming up out of this 11 here, so we're going to jump this gap and go down the 11 under the next 4mm bicone, and then we're going to go down the 2 15s. I'm going down the ones to the right, it doesn't matter which side you go down. Through the 4mm green bicone, and then back up the next 2 15s, and then up again the 11, but not the bicone, just the 11, and give that a gentle pull to tighten that one up. So we're going to repeat that. We're going to pick up an 11/0 gold, 3mm bicone and an 11/0 gold, jump the gap and go down the 11 that is below your red bicone, down the 2 15s, oops, through the 4mm green bicone, then up the next 2 15s, and if you can the 11, but not the bicone, and give that a gentle pull just to tighten it up for you. Pick up an 11 gold, 11/0 seed bead, 3mm bicone in your green and an 11/0 gold. Again, jump the gap and down the bicone that is after, and down the 11/0 seed bead that is after the bicone. Down the 2 15s, through the 4mm bicone, the green one, up your next 2 15s and into the 11/0 just before the red bicone. And again, just give that a gentle pull. Pick up an 11/0 gold seed bead, 3mm bicone and an 11/0 seed bead. Jump the gap and go down the 11/0, down the 2 15s and into the 4mm bicone, the green one, and up the 2 15s and back into the 11, and again give that a gentle pull just to tighten it up for you. And that's basically your first component done. You could possibly work your way around these again, but I don't think it's necessary. But I do need to go back through them first 3 that we added, sorry, because I need to make my way back down to the outer circle so we can start our next one. So I'm just going, I've gone through the 11 the 3mm and the 11 there, and back down the 11, and this time I'm going the other side down the 2/15s, into the 11 there, because we just need to get back into position to put in a second component. It's a bit tight here, so yes, we do need the pliers. Where I'm aiming for is this next round here, so we can carry on the chain. So just work your way around to it, and we need to go through the 4mm round, ready for the next component. So that's your first one done. So now we need to pick up, just get 4 of your green 4mm bicones, and we only need 3 rounds this time because we've already got one here. So we're picking up an 11/0 gold, 4mm emerald, an 11/0 gold, 4mm round, an 11/0 gold, 4mm bicone emerald, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, your bicone, your green bicone, 4mm, 11/0 gold, $4mm round, 11/0 gold, 4mm green bicone and an 11/0 gold. So that's what I've picked up. I've got 4 bicones and 3 rounds with a gold at either end, gold seed bead. So I'm going to go round and back through the round we were coming out from. So I've made another circle. So I'm just going to go around this circle again to strengthen it. And back out of the 4mm round that we started, but we do need to come out of the 4mm bicone. So we need to repeat the embellishment we did for this one on this one. So we're picking up 2 15/0 gold, an 11/0 seed bead, 4mm red bicone and 4 11/0 seed beads. So I've got 2 15s and 11 in gold, red bicone and 4 white 11/0. Take these down, make a circle with your white seed beads, take your thread down and go through the next 11/0. This time we're going to have to go the other way round because this is like a cross stitch. So you're going that way around that one, and we're going to have to go this way around the next one. So we're picking up a 4mm bicone in your red, an 11/0 seed bead, and two 15/0 seed beads. And we're going into the bicone. Just remember you're going in the other direction. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads in your gold, and you're going to go up the 11/0 and the bicone and into the next seed bead in the centre, the white seed bead. Pick up a red bicone, an 11/0 seed bead, and two 15/0 seed beads, and into the next bicone. Pick up two 15/0 gold seed beads and up the 11 and the 4mm red bicone and into the next white seed bead. Pick up 4mm red bicone, an 11/0 seed bead and two 15/0 seed beads and into the next bicone. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads and go up the 11/0 and the 4mm bicone, the red one, and into the next white seed bead. Now we need to go down the bicone that we added first and out of the 11 right after it. Pick up two 15/0 seed beads and we're going into the bicone that is after the connection. I'll pull. Need to go up the two 15s and into the 11 and through the bicone in the middle, and go through the next 11/0 in the centre. And again we're just adding these beads on the top, so pick up a 15/0 seed bead in your gold and through your next seed bead, a 15/0 gold seed bead and into your next seed bead. Pick up a 15/0 seed bead into your next seed bead, a 15/0 seed bead into your next seed bead. And again we need to just strengthen these up, so I'm just going to go around these 8 beads again. Make sure you're coming out of an 11 and go down the bicone that you're right against and through the 11 that is directly after it, down two 15s and through your 4mm green bicone, up your next two 15s and the 11 not directly after it, but not the bicone. Pick up an 11/0 gold seed bead, 3mm green bicone and an 11/0 gold seed bead. Jump the gap and go down the 11 that's after the bicone, and then back down the two 15s through the 4mm bicone, up the 2/15s and the 11 if it'll let you. Give that a pull to tighten it up. Pick up an 11/0 gold, 3mm bicone and an 11/0 gold. Jump in the gap and go down the 11/0, down the 2/15s, bit fiddly this one. There we go. Give it a pull through the 4mm bicone and up the next 2/15s and up the 11 but not the bicone, and give that a pull. Pick up an 11 gold seed bead, 3mm green bicone and 11 gold seed bead. Jump in the gap and go down the 11/0, down the 2/15s, through the 4mm bicone up the 2/15s and that 11, and give it a pull. Pick up an 11/0 gold seed bead, 3mm bicone in green and an 11/0 gold seed bead. Jump in the gap, down the 11, and then down the 2/15s and I've gone through the bicone, through the 11/0 and I'm coming out of the 4mm. Now if you have enough thread left, you'll be able to just carry on and do another one. If not, you'll need to fasten off. I don't think I've got enough thread here to carry on, so I'm going to fasten this off. I'm going to take my thread round here and then tie some knots. So I'm going to go through the next 11, the bicone, and come out of the 11. It's right before the 4mm round, and I'm going to put in a knot there, and that'll take it into the 4mm round for me. And if you've got 3 arm spans of thread, the chances are you will have plenty of thread left to do another one. But I did keep wasting some thread, having to restart. I'm just putting my knots right before the 4mm rounds. And I'm going to go into the first component to put in one more knot in there. And then I'll show you how to connect a new thread. So I'm just going to work that away and then cut off my tail. That's what we have so far. That's your 2 components made, and I'll just show you how to add more thread. Okay, so I've added more thread to my needle, another 3 arm spans. And I'm going to go through the 4mm round at the end where I'm wanting to add my next component. Take this down, leave a bit of a tail because we need to make knots. We're going to pick up an 11/0 gold. Just get your components ready. So we need 3 white and 4 green bicones, 4mm. So we've got an 11/0 gold, your green bicone, 4mm, 11/0 gold, your 4mm round, 11/0 gold, your green 4mm bicone, 11/0 gold, your 4mm round, 11/0 gold, your green bicone, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, sorry, dog's having a drink, 11/0 bicone, 11/0 seed bead gold, 4mm bicone, and 11/0 gold seed bead. Take these down. And like I did the first time, I'm going to tie knots in there. Just make sure they go in the right place. A little bit more fiddly than it was the first time. So just do them slowly. That's 2. And 3. So just making sure they go in the right place. And get my pliers and pull that knot tight. And I'm going to go this way this time, through the 11, through the 4mm bicone, through the 11, and just take my thread down, and as I did last time, just pull your knot in, and that's gone really easily. Might be a bit loose, but I'll soon tighten it up, and go right round these. To strengthen your work, and in this case to tighten it. That's gone quite loose, but I'm not too worried about that because going around these now, it's going to tighten it up for me. And generally the working of the component tightens it up anyhow. So I've gone right round, and I'm going to need to come out of the bicone. So apart from adding the new thread, which I've just shown you, your embellishment on the top is exactly the same. So I'm just going to carry on, and when you get to the length you need, come back to me and I'll show you how to add the loop at the end. So just keep doing like you did with these two for the tops, and adding more thread if you need be, and your embellishment, and just keep going until you get to the length you need. I'm just going to cut that tail off. So come back to me when you've got to the length of the bracelet that you need. So I've made 9 components so far, and I'm just going to make a 10th. I've got my thread coming out with a 4mm round. So I'm going to pick up an 11 gold, 4mm green, 11/0 gold seed bead, 4mm round, 11 gold, 4mm bicone green, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, green bicone 4mm, 11/0 gold, 4mm round, 11/0 gold, $4mm bicone in green, and lastly 11/0 gold seed bead. I'm going to make my circle, going back into the 4mm round. Now the reason I'm showing you this again is just that I did find one of the components rather loose when I was making it on this circle. So if you just go around the circle again, I'm going to show you a rather simple way to solve the problem if you have that problem. Go around your circle again. Go through the first 4mm round on the bracelet that you came out of. Go through the 11/0, the bicone and the seed bead, 11/0 seed bead, and come out just before the 4mm round. Make sure that's nice and tight, and then just put a knot in there before your 4mm round, and that will stop it coming loose, so it's not going to go anywhere now. But go back into your round again through the seed bead and come out of the bicone where you need to be to finish up your embellishment. So finish up your embellishment and then come back to me and I will show you how I added my other end of my clasp. Okay, I finished my bracelet. I've got 10 components, and that is a good size. I've got small wrists, but I haven't put my clasp on yet, and most people have bigger wrists than me, so I've made it a bit bigger than it would be for me. So I'm coming out of my 4mm at the end here, the end of my components, and I'm going to pick up 5 11/0 seed beads, and I'm going to go around the 4mm round to form a loop on there. And I'm going to go straight down the seed bead that I'm right next to, and I need to go right round the outer circle of this component. So I need to get to the other side. And I'm going to come out of the seed bead right after the bicone. Okay, so I've gone right round, and I'm coming out of this bicone here and the seed bead right after it. I'm coming right out of that seed bead. So I'm going to go straight into the seed beads I've just added. I'm going to go up 3. So I'm just coming out of the centre one. And I'm going to pick up 13 15/0 seed beads. So I've got 13 seed beads on there now. And take them down, and I'm coming out of this middle seed bead, and I'm going to go round and back in the other side to form a loop. And I'm going to go around these beads again to give it strength and to tighten it up. You go around as many times as you're happy with. And I would prefer to go around one more time, so I've gone around them in total 3 times. And I'm going to come out of the seed bead that I originally started with. So then I need to go back down the 2 seed beads that we added first, and the third one that is right before the bicone. And I'm going to go around again. While I've got plenty of thread, I'm just going to make sure this is nice and secure and just keep going round. You can start putting knots in now. In fact, I'm going to put one right there. Always try and put them before the 4mm round, because they'll just go in there a lot easier to hide them. You can put a knot in before each 4mm round if you wish. Certainly doesn't hurt. You'll find putting the knots in where the connections are a bit more difficult, but they are doable. You just catch your thread and just make sure it goes in the right place. And again, I'm coming out of the bicone, so I'm going to go through the seed bead right next to the bicone and around the outer beads around these C11s. One more time. So go back down the other seed beads at the other side, and I'm going to go through the bicone. Through the seed bead and put another knot in there. Now if you've got plenty of thread left, keep going, putting knots in. But I'd work your way down, but make sure you do it in an S shape. I think I'm about done there now, because I've obviously got a knot in there. Through, okay, so I'll just continue and do another one. So I'm going to work my way down this side now, and I'm going to put another knot in right before the 4mm round. And I'm just going to work my thread away from my last knot. I'm just going to cut my thread and that's it. That's your holly in the snow bracelet done. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry it's been a while in coming, but summer happens. So I'm Monisam of Ezeebeady. It'd be lovely for you to subscribe so you can find out when more tutorials are coming out. I have a Facebook page, Ezeebeady. I'd be love to see you on there and to see pictures of the work that you've done from my tutorials. I don't mind you selling the bracelets or any jewellery that you make from my tutorials, but credit would be lovely. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.